working with Pacino, one of my heroes, Ridley Scott, another hero of mine, Lady Gaga, Adam Driver, Salma Hayek, Jeremy Irons. The cast, phenomenal.
It's amazing. It's crazy. It's beautiful. Amazing. Oh, hi, darling. Oh.
Hi, guys. This is a wonderful event. I love seeing the people of London here. There are like hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of people here. It's amazing to see. Hi, guys!
I mean, it's incredible. We were just shooting this film in March, and the fact that it's out and we're at the premiere and it's coming in theaters is incredible. I'm really proud to be a part of it. It was a special one.
Oh, I cannot wait for the UK to see this movie.
Well, it's amazing. I mean, I'm from England originally, so I haven't been back in 2 years because I live in America. So this is a very fitting time to come back. It's amazing. It's crazy. It's beautiful. Amazing. Oh, hi, darling. Oh, gorgeous.
Sorry, I didn't
Look
mean
how
to,
amazing you
look
look.
at me. I didn't mean to interrupt his interview.
No, I'm just like, are you kidding?
I love
It's the
this
best
actor
interruption in the
so
world.
much.
You're the greatest. I love you.
I'm over the moon to be here in London for the UK premiere of House of Gucci.
I am so excited, and this is my favorite venue, if I say so. So I'm so happy that this is where we're starting our Gucci premiere.
Oh my God, it's so exciting. I can't believe it. It's wonderful. I haven't seen the film yet.
I'm thrilled to be in London. Even though this is a very Italian film, Ridley being English, a lot of the crew members were English. I'm sort of a British-Italian mix, so it feels like a very appropriate place to do this.
It's beautiful to premiere here in London because it's Ridley's country, so it's a beautiful, way to celebrate the movie. And I'm particularly in love with London, so I'm really happy to be here for the premiere.
Well, Ridley Scott, Alien, Gladiator, Thelma and Louise, The Martian. I mean, this guy has made some of the best films ever, and as far as I'm concerned, he is just an absolute legend. Very, very lucky to work with him, and I just think the world of him. He's a master.
This is the second time we worked together. We worked on The Last Duel together, and while we were shooting Last Duel is when COVID happened, so we shut down, and I went to New York, and that's when he sent me the script for Gucci. And at that point, I had already worked with him for 2 months and loved working with him. He's so he kind of promotes spontaneity because he shoots with so many cameras, and he's very much about energy and momentum, and these are all boring words, but he's the best. He doesn't walk on set with his resume with him. He's so open and collaborative. He's the best to work with.
Ridley Scott is a master. Who could want for more?
Working with Ridley Scott was like playing soccer with Messi. It was amazing. I idolized him. I saw all of his films. I grew up with Blade Runner. I've seen it 25 times, I think. So to work with one of your heroes and to collaborate with one of your heroes is a thrill.
I think there's an incredible expectation, and because it is fashion, because it is Lady Gaga, because it is Ridley Scott, there's so many ingredients that make the people so curious, and not only curious but excited about the movie. So this is great.
I think they're going to have a wild ride. They're going to be surprised. It's a story that no one knew, and they're going to be like, how did I never hear of this? It's mad. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Well, we've got a great story, an amazing script, and the best director in the world.
You know, Patrizia Gucci, is somebody that I didn't know until I read the script. And I really went into a romance with the character as well as the script itself. And the truth is, I admired her strength. I also admired her weaknesses. And playing a murderer is hard because I inherently don't believe in the evil that she colluded with at the end of her life. And also, Maurizio fell in love with her strength. And I do believe in this film, you watch the story of a woman unraveling, and it's a story that only women really can understand in a way when it comes to her. But what's wonderful about House of Gucci, the film, is that Ridley Scott, the legendary director, he created something that is actually about a family, an Italian family business, and what happens when a woman tries to infiltrate this business and the men shut her down.
Well, I'm just one of the Gucci brothers who inherited the firm from his father, and Al plays the other one, and I run the firm in Italy. And my son is Maurizio, which Adam Driver takes the firm forward, let us say, without any spoilers.
My character is Domenico De Soleil, who was the sort of family lawyer and ultimately the brains behind taking the operation out of Gucci and turning it into, he found Tom Ford, it's a crazy, sort of a bit of the mastermind behind the whole sort of takedown of the Gucci family.
My character, Pina, is Patricia's fortune teller and friend. And I think there's a surprise in there. She has like a pivotal thing that she does in this movie that changes everybody's life, including mine.
Well, I think it's a Shakespearean story, it's a tragedy, it's an epic, and Ridley gives a film that size and that grandeur, which is tremendous.
They can expect an epic story of crime and intrigue and fashion and glamour. It's a movie that we don't see very often. It's a huge story on a huge canvas. So it's quite exciting.
I think this film is very entertaining, and I think that, it's almost like a telenovela, but very chic and very elegant and with amazing filmmaking, but it's got, all the intrigue and the greed and the murder, and it's fun. I think it's fun. The movie is entertaining.
This is an epic saga of family drama, and it's timeless. And now with this movie by Ridley Scott and his crew, it's taking this powerful narrative to another level.
Well, it's very nice to be back at work. It's very nice to be out in the cinema again. Still fantastic weather, crowds very excited. A film, I think, which we should be very proud of. Ridley Scott, one of our great British filmmakers, who I first worked with 20 years ago and who I've always really admired, and he's pulled a great cast together. Lady Gaga, Adam Driver, Jared Leto, fine people, and I think he's made a great movie. So, it's great to hear everybody out and back and enjoying themselves. I think we've deserved it.
This cast is so amazing. I love my cast so much. Working with Adam Driver every day was absolutely thrilling. He's a consummate professional. He's so brilliant and smart and fun and goofy, and we had a great time working together. I loved working with Jeremy Irons. I loved working with Al Pacino. I loved working with Jared Leto. I loved working with Salma Hayek. I loved working with Jack Houston. I loved working with everybody. The movie was an experience I'll never forget, and I have to say also my director, Ridley Scott, every day that I walked on set, he said, okay, what do you think this scene is about? And it wasn't because he didn't know. It was because he was interested to know what I had to say. And I feel that I'm a woman in a man's world, and having a man say, what do you think, is something that empowers me, and I feel loved. In a movie that has a lot of themes of wealth and patriarchy, this made us fly. And I can't thank Ridley Scott enough. And Giannina, his wife, who's a producer on the film, she's incredible, and this film never would have been made without her.
You know, there was a lot that appealed to me with this role. Working with Al Pacino, one of my heroes, Ridley Scott, another hero of mine. Of course, Lady Gaga, Adam Driver, Salma Hayek, Jeremy Irons. The cast, phenomenal. It was a really compelling story. I actually didn't know anything about this story initially, and I think a lot of people will be shocked and surprised by what they learn about Gucci. It's pretty wild. It's a wild one.
Well, I was very, very excited, as you can imagine. And then it was really interesting to see them work and see them build a character and see Ridley direct and the wonderful team surrounding him. I know he's very loyal and he's been working with the same people for a long time and they're doing an incredible job. So it's really, yeah, rich.
I mean, I was like having to pinch myself. And not only was I getting to work with Ridley Scott, who was like top of the bucket list directors, but I was with Jeremy Irons last night and we realized we've done 4 films together now. So it was like seeing him is like seeing like one of my old dear friends, and he's just always such a treat. But then, you know, I worked with Al Pacino a few times and he's just a dear friend. So it was like stepping in with like a real good group of actors who want to have fun and were taking risks, and it was just an exciting set, to be honest. It was fun. It was really great.
The cast is phenomenal. Like I said before, Al Pacino really taught me what acting was all about from a young age. I've really just been a huge fan of his work. He's redefined what it is to be an actor, and I absolutely love him. He's a sweetheart and perfect person to play my father. So it was really special for me.
I mean, I tell you what, working with Lady Gaga was pretty great. I mean, we have some fun stuff, and I'm such a fan of hers. I just think she's not only a phenomenal, you know, singer and performer. I think she's just such a great actor. And yeah, she knocked me for 6. She was so brilliant. And you know, there was all the different styles of performances on this, and you know, she just stayed in character and she was Patrizia from the moment I met her. I mean, that was the first time I've said hi to her as herself, so that's fun.
Well, sharing scenes with Lady Gaga and Adam Driver was really, really incredible because they've been working a lot, and Adam and Lady Gaga are interpreting, yeah, all right, people who really existed, and some of them still exist. So I think it was, it was very interesting to see that work and to be part of it.
Lady Gaga was amazing to work with, and I really look forward every day to come and play with her because you never knew what she was going to do. And I love to work with someone like that. I love that spontaneity and freshness and to be on your toes, and you don't know where it's going to go, the scene, and Ridley was always very welcoming to this kind of experimentation.
Well, Lady Gaga was wonderful to work with, simply because she's passionate about costume, as you can imagine. And I was slightly nervous that we were going to have to dress her down and she wasn't going to be happy, but she wanted to dress like her mother, who's a pure Italian lady, which was great. And so we spent hours fitting, choosing the necklaces, the earrings, the 4 bracelets, 6 rings, 3 brooches, etc. I couldn't tell you one highlight. Everything was just extraordinary. Collecting the costumes, amassing them, seeing the archives of everyone, including Gucci, working with LG, working with Adam, working with Al, working with Jeremy, working with Jared, working with Sir Ridley, of course, which is the most important, and working in Italy, which was the heart of where it all happened. Also bringing the story to the general public. They don't know it. Everyone in Italy knows it, but not the rest of the world,
Everything was a highlight. I mean, working on the movie was a highlight,
Well, we were very fortunate to go through the Gucci archive, and we were allowed to borrow them to send them to LA. They fit LG like a glove. Amazing. And we were then finally we got them in February. We kept them in a strong room and we used 2 lots of them. There were about 15 outfits. We used 2 of them, but they all looked fabulous on her.
Well, it was about 6 hours in the chair every morning for her hair and makeup, and it was an adventure. It took about an hour to take it all off, but you know, the very, very immersive experience. Obviously a massive physical transformation, but I think the most important thing was the inside, is trying to, you know, capture an impression of this person and, you know, the heart and the soul of the character.
Huge amount of research, and I spent the first year that I got the script working on it just in my downtime. I also went to Florence to the Gucci Museum, which was a fount of all knowledge. It was wonderful. So they had things like Gucci tennis anoraks, they had everything there. They had so much portraiture on the walls and film from the 40s. I could go on.
I wrote the script about 2 years ago, and it came to me through Ridley and Janina. They offered it to me. They talked to me about the story, and I knew the story quite well because I grew up in Milan. So it truly was a dream come true for me to write this.
I always imagined my book could be a movie, but I never dreamed in a million years it would be a project on this scale with this caliber of talent.
Well, I grew up in Milan, and my mother's in fashion, so I was very aware of the story. And I feel like there's a lack of great fashion movies, so we're filling that gap.
Well, I think they're going to love it.
With the excitement that we're hearing here, I think the movie won't let them down.